Hey, what's up, everybody? It's ALIST Productions, Andrew, whatever you want to call me, really. Um, Never done one of these Q&A things before, and I always get lots of the same questions from different people over the years. So I figured, why not do a little video just for the small amount of people that follow my fan edits here and there. Well, I say small, but it's continually growing, and it's awesome. Anyway, if you don't know me and you're watching this, enjoy, I guess. Anyway, these questions were from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and some private messages. I'm going to try to keep this not incredibly long. I've seen plenty of Q&As from other people who do this and just in general that are like an hour long, 40 minutes long, and I hope to God I don't have to eat my words and it ends up being that long. So anyways, let's get right to it. The first question being from Mr. 8866. I don't know if I should say your entire title, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows who you are, who is in the fan editing community. And his question is, what or who inspired you to get into this game? Assuming you mean the video editing of the fan edits. It's kind of a long story and great question. I first got into video editing in general when I was wrestling. I was a professional wrestler from the 2005-2006 time frame until 2011. I traveled all over doing that. And I wanted my matches to be seen by people, so I started getting them filmed and doing some quick little edits, making little music videos of them and everything. And when I got out of wrestling, I still want to do edits, and I've always loved superheroes. I've loved it my whole life, so I started moving into that and doing those edits, and people started loving them. That's when I actually got the biggest fan base on my YouTube channel. Originally, my YouTube channel, way back when, I think 2007, whenever I opened the YouTube channel, had different visual effects I was working on and different professional stuff only. And even though I do this for money and stuff like that, in many occasions, the channel itself is more for just entertainment purposes now. It's evolved into something I just love to do. Eventually, as many of you might know, it evolved to me doing 2 fan films: Superman the Golden Child, which was in 2012 released, and the Kingdom Come fan film. So I hope to have more original fan films, but I love doing these, and I don't plan on stopping. Even when my schedule gets a little hectic, I always come up with some idea and start working on them. Anyway, without dragging on that question any longer than it is, basically professional wrestling got me started in it, and I didn't want to stop, and I love superheroes, so thanks for that great question. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to be butchering everybody's names on here, so don't take it personal. Blame my dyslexia. I really do have dyslexia, so hopefully that's not offensive to anybody. Anyways, next question comes from Mind Kidzag. I think that's how you say it. I hope that's how you say it. Anyways, his question is, what was your favorite project you've done and why? That's an awesome question. And my favorite project that I've done is my What If project. It's funny, it doesn't have nearly as many views as some of my other ones. I'm sure other you fan editors out there know how that goes. You come up with, in your opinion, one of your best projects, and it gets very low thousands in the views, and then you just make a random one out of nowhere, and it just racks up views into the millions in no time. But anyways, my What If project was like a 9/11, September 11th kind of thing. Not made to offend anybody or anything, but just kind of one of those, what if superheroes existed when September 11th happened. John Ritz asks, who is your favorite superhero and why? Well, since most people are going to be like, what about Marvel or what about DC? I'll just do one for both. DC, as many of you should be able to tell by every chance I get, Superman. He's always my favorite. As far as DC goes, I just love the character of Superman. I've always loved him, even since I was a little kid. I love it. My favorite thing about Superman is his character. He doesn't. Yeah, he has these awesome powers that all of us wish we could have and wish we could do, but it's his character, the way that the Kents raise him, the integrity that his character has. It's something that you would hope all of us could have, the doing the right thing regardless of what the world says, regardless of what a Republican, a Democrat, someone who's religious, someone who's not religious thinks or says. He does what he believes is right, and I love that about him. It just doesn't matter any of the boundaries. You know, if he really existed, this, you know, the whole world would be incredibly different. And then for Marvel, Captain America, you know, kind of along the same lines as Superman, just his character he has. I've always loved Captain America from Marvel. Just love his whole story. I love how it's mostly, again, the same thing. His integrity, his character is just like he never stopping, never, you know, no matter what the problem is, he's not going to back down from it. He would sacrifice his life for anybody willingly. And that pretty much answers Superman for DC and Captain America for Marvel. Game B 2004 asks, have you seen the 2011 Wonder Woman pilot? If so, what did you think of it? That is probably the most random question ever for this. So thank you for that one, I guess. I'll still answer it though. The 2011 Wonder Woman pilot, of course I saw it. And I clearly see why they didn't pick it up. Although with the lack of footage that's out there, it would have been nice to have ever gotten a HD copy of that leaked out online somewhere to use that for fan edits. However, with Batman v Superman coming out, we'll probably get some good Wonder Woman footage, some fresh stuff out. Anyways, the pilot itself, this was terrible, honestly. I mean, I try to watch it with an open mind. I could do anything that I find online, but it was pretty bad. I don't know why you would take a superhero that's, you know, basically like the female type Superman, you know, during her creation time period, this very powerful person, and in her debut episode, you don't even put her in the Amazon. You don't do any real origin. She's just there fighting crime. These generic roided up people she throws around. I don't blame any of the actors, and the acting was fine. It was just a horrific writing idea. Whoever's idea was, I don't get this in this new era of filmmaking when they go, hey, you know how his origin story is this? Let's do none of that and just throw him in here. I mean, as much as the Aquaman pilot, the 2006 one, was much better than this Wonder Woman pilot, not completely bad with Justin Hartley. If they would have done an actual Aquaman origin, it probably would have been better. You know, I don't know, but just my opinion. Anyways, I say anyways quite a lot, so I'm going to apologize for that. I'm probably not going to stop saying it, though. I'm probably going to continue to say that because that's what I'm going to do, yeah. Law of Gaming asks, what kind of advice would you give to those starting out an editing/effects career like yourself? Well, first off, I'm flattered that you consider my small-scale freelance company a career. So, you know, thank you for that compliment. But advice, like anything, practice. Listen to people who you consider good. I mean, that is something that I can't be as more defined. If you consider somebody good that you're talking to and you're asking them for legitimate advice, not just asking them just to blow smoke up your ass or something like that. Apologize if the language offends anybody. But if you're actually asking for genuine advice, listen to them. I can't tell you how many times I tell people the same thing over and over and over, and then they literally are asking you like a month later, hey, what about this? And then you give them the same answer. So if somebody tells you work on this, work on it. You know, there's a lot of patience you need to have too. A lot of patience you need to have, you know, doing like some of the effects. And of course, make sure you love what you're doing. Whatever you're editing, it doesn't have to be superhero stuff, but whatever you're editing, make sure you love what you're doing. And it's sometimes a pain doing my freelancing. I get hired to do edits of things that I don't really care about, but that's why I do these superhero edits. I love the superhero edits. I love doing them, so it keeps me sane when I'm doing the projects of things that I don't really, that's not fun for me, you know, like editing someone's like baseball game or something like that. It's not as fun for me as editing a superhero thing, so you have to balance it out. So if you're don't make yourself make fan edits or make music videos if you don't actually love what you're doing, and don't make a video just to make a video. We've all been there where we want to make one, but if you don't have an actual idea and you're just going to throw clips together with some music on it, it's just going to be garbage. I mean, honestly, it's just going to be garbage. So make sure you love what you're doing. Make sure you take your time, and if you're doing that, it's going to show. I mean, that's just my opinion. It will show that you put forth effort. What I do a lot of times is I have this whole thing on my desktop of all these different projects that either I just have an idea of and I make a project folder for it, ones that I started, ones that have all the clips I need. I even have like a notepad, like a Word document inside there. If I come up with like, oh, that'd be a good line to have, like for my Batman vs. Superman trailer that I made for for JRAR's contest, actually Batman v Superman, don't want to offend anybody by quoting the title wrong. Anyways, by when I came up with that this shot in there, this what is it?
I won't betray them. Not yet.
I came up with that like just driving around one day, and I was like, oh, that's so good, and I just wrote it down just to add it to things I can edit in there so I don't forget. But yeah, practice and make sure you love what you're doing. The Omnitron 12345. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. Are you worried Batman v Superman will make Superman look like a joke compared to Batman? Okay, incredible question, because yes, I am. I'm being honest. I hope the Batman v Superman title is more of one of those, they're going to kind of tease it maybe a little bit, and their fight is going to be more or less an argument. And I will cut this down the easiest way I can. If the real thing, if both Batman and Superman exist in the Superman world we saw in Man of Steel, and I don't care how many Batman fanboys I'm going to offend with this, Superman would annihilate him. He would just cream him. A guy who can move that fast. And I don't care all the little comments that I might get saying, you know, what about if he had time to prepare and all this stuff. This is beside the point I'm going to make. The point I'm going to make is this. If you have Batman and Superman fight in a physical fist fight on screen, and you have Batman beat up Superman in any form or fashion, you're going to piss off Superman fanboys. I'll be like extremely pissed. I'll probably get up in the theater and just walk out, and I will not finish watching the film. Anyways, now let's throw it the other way around. If you have Batman versus Superman have a throwdown, and Superman beats up Batman, you're going to piss off all the Batman fanboys, probably in the same manifest that would piss off me. So to me, it should just be an argument. What I always thought would be good is have something like Superman saying to him, you know, you're not like me, you know, you can get killed out here. And then Batman could retaliate back with, you're right, I'm not like you, I don't kill. And they could just have the Zod thing haunting Superman, and he could really have it bothering him in the movie. But we'll see. Oh, sorry, spoiler. If you haven't seen Man of Steel by now, then why are you even looking up stuff about this? Anyways, I did it again. See, I told you I'm not going to stop doing it. Umar Haji, I'm sorry, asks, I need video editing tips. I'm using Movie Maker for the last 4 years. I want to shift to Adobe After Effects, but every time I go in there, I can't understand the editing. Can you help me? It's hard to transition to a new program. I've been there many times. I actually started with Movie Maker, you know, years ago. I think when I was in 5th grade, it's the first time I started video editing, making little things, edits, really bad edits, but that's where I started. God, 2000, holy crap, what was it? 2000, the year 2000. Holy crap, been doing this for a long time. But it's hard to make the jump to Adobe or Sony. But in all honesty, Movie Maker can't hang with the products like that. They can't hang with Adobe Premiere, After Effects, Sony Vegas. They just can't. The effects are too generic. There's not enough ways to cut things, not enough ways to sync things up. So if you're going to take this seriously, you got to move on to a better program. And I understand what you're saying. It is hard to shift to a new program. It took me a while to get going with Sony Vegas, and then even longer with After Effects. However, After Effects, in my opinion, is primarily used for effects. If you're trying to actually edit all your videos together in there, it's going to be quite a pain. What I do when it comes to making an effect, I do that effect in After Effects, whatever visual effect I'm doing or whatever, save it, render it out, and then bring it into what I use, Sony Vegas. Some people use Adobe Premiere to edit out the rest of my trailer, the rest of my project I'm working on. There's a lot of YouTube tutorials out there, though. I mean, it's hard for me to understand what's been the hardest for you. Tutorials, though. When I first started, there weren't any tutorials, so it's great now that there's so many tutorials. So if it's something I don't understand or something you don't understand, doesn't matter. You just YouTube it, and you can find it, or Google it. It's too easy. But yeah, I would just say make the jump to either Sony or Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere is probably the best route to go. And just play around to see which one's comfortable. Do the little 30-day trial, and best of luck. If you have questions on specific things and you can't find a tutorial, you can always write to me, or you know, there's plenty of other editors out there that could probably help you out. So hopefully I helped answer your question. Pernell Robertson asks, what type of computer do you use for editing? Any recommendations? I don't think the type of computer matters a whole lot, despite what many people will probably tell you. I've used all different kinds, but I'm a PC guy. I'm not a Mac when it comes to it at all. I just hate Macs. But I've used Dell's, HP's, Toshiba. Toshiba's been actually probably the worst one, so don't do Toshiba. Sony, Vio. Really, it doesn't matter, in my opinion. I'm sure there's People will get really technical with it, but to me, it doesn't matter. I would say laptop's probably the best. It's really convenient to just be able to open up, do some edits real quick, take a break or whatever. It's more convenient in my opinion, but everyone has their own preference. Something that's going to be able to run your program smoothly, something that has enough space for all of your video files, and something. I have a lot of extra hard drives that I store stuff in after I complete the projects. But yeah. The Hellish Smile, great YouTube name there. At least I think that was asked on YouTube. Probably that'd be a really weird Twitter name. Maybe it's a Twitter name. Now I'm just talking. Forgive me. It's 12:17 a.m. here in Germany, where I am currently stationed. Maybe I'll talk about that later. Anyways, the Hellish Smile asks, first of all, I just want to say you're really talented, and I love all your projects. Very cool ideas, and you make them really awesome. Awesome work, man. Well, thank you for that compliment. His first question he asks is, what's some of your favorite fan videos from other channels? That is a great question. Really awesome question. So I love Cash Chase. I have no idea how you say his name. Cash Che 2003. Everybody knows who he is. His Superman Doomsday project. But again, I think everybody does. Everybody knows how much work he's put into those. And God, guy's a beast when it comes to those edits. I really love Superboy X's Justice League trailer he did, I think last year. I really love that. He did a great job on that final theatrical trailer he did. He did a good job with all the music he picked and all the clips he picked. I love that one. But my favorite one would probably be from the Batman Complex. I freaking love that. It's one of those trailers I've gone back and watched. And I love it so much because it's not even like he did crazy edits to it or anything like that. It's one of those God, that's such a good idea. You watch and you're like, why didn't I think of that first? Dang it. It makes you so mad that he thought of it first. You didn't think of it before him. It's such an incredible concept. I actually wish, I haven't seen the guy's videos in forever. I don't even know if he still makes them, but I was hoping after Bane ended up being in the Dark Knight Returns, or maybe the Dark Knight Rises, I was thinking he was going to incorporate that in there with how he was doing the Inception stuff, and Tom Hardy was in Inception. I was like, oh man, he can really take this even further now. But maybe he plans to, I don't know, or maybe he jumped off a bridge. That's going to be really bad if it's in the news that he actually did that. I'm just going to look like the biggest jerk ever. Moving on, what's some of your all-time favorite TV shows? Great question. As far as superhero stuff goes, Smallville. I love Smallville. And Arrow. God, Arrow is so good. So good. But I'm sure you probably want more than just superhero stuff, asking the question the way you did. Prison Break. That show, oh my God. Just on the edge of my seat the whole time, every week. Just incredible show. Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. And that was another great show. And it went off the air, and I don't know. I've heard all these different reasons why, but The Colony, I don't know if any of you have ever seen it. It's kind of like this reality show where they take these people and they put them in a post-apocalyptic situation. It's freaking awesome. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. If not, there's 2 seasons of it. It's an awesome show. You guys should check that out if you've never heard of it. Don't get it confused with, I think there's a movie called The Colony, and it's a movie, but this is a TV series that was on, and I've heard all different reasons why the 3rd season didn't work out, but anyways, there's 2 of them, 2 seasons. You should go check it out if you haven't heard of it before. And here's the 3rd and final question. Who's your favorite fictional character or characters if you can name one of all time? Superman will always be my number 1, as I went into a little bit ago. But, of course, Captain America also, and I've kind of explained for both of them already. Green Lantern, despite how bad that movie was that we all saw him in, the character himself, though, I just love. I think if they do him right, hopefully they bring him into the reboot with Man of Steel and Batman and everything. I think if they did him right, he could be really freaking awesome. He's up there with Superman with the amount of power he has if done right and used right. Mega Man X, another one. I've always loved those games, and I just love the character in general. Link from Legend of Zelda, Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and the Vault Boy from the Fallout game series. I know that's way more than you probably were expecting, but those are some of my top fictional characters. Impending Rival asks, hey, ALIST, would you like to collaborate with me on making our own original Superman stories? I love collaborating, but my current work schedule, I'm not sure if I'd have time. We can always try to work something out. I spoke of earlier about me being in Germany. I'm in Germany, stationed here for the next 3 years in Wiesbaden, for the Army. I'm an MP, military police officer, and I still do my freelancing and my fan edits on my own time, but my schedule's just really tight now. Me and my wife living over here, it's a lot harder to do a lot of things like that, but shoot me a PM. Maybe we can figure something out, man. From ZKTCat. Hi, Andrew. In a video, you were talking about a project with Superboy X, and is that project still in development or put on hold? Oh, that's a good question, and it's good that you asked that. I wanted to. Well, I still do. But with my schedule and his, I believe he's in college, it's been kind of hard to actually start up anything. I have a folder, like I mentioned, on my desktop with all my projects in it, and I have some edits and some ideas I've written in there. But we've just been so busy, so unfortunately it's kind of put on hold. Not what I wanted to have happen. I still want to do it. Still needs to happen. Even if it ends up not being our original project, something needs to happen, because me and him have talked on the phone multiple times and different things of ideas we've had together, and we think it'd be awesome to be able to do one. So hopefully we both work out a time where we can both do it, because that would be great. My last question is from Danny D. Santa. Before I ask my 2 DC Comics related questions, I say this: you are always great, doing a great job on fan editing. Thank you, appreciate that. And I really do, by the way. Any comments that anyone leaves me ever, I appreciate it. I read them, try to read all of them. Sometimes I don't get around to it, having my 2 channels, but I try to. And his 2 questions are, the first one is, what is your favorite Justice League comic book art? Mine is Brave and the Bold, number 28. That's a good one. My favorite comic book arcs, Justice League, Kingdom Come. The fan film over it, like I mentioned earlier and all that, but Kingdom Come, I just love that one. I love everything about it. I love the biblical tie-ins that they did in there. I love it. I really don't know how else to put it. Kingdom Come is probably my all-time favorite Justice League comic book story arc. What DC movies do you want to see on the big screen if done right? That's a great question to end this with. The death and return of Superman, anyway, fashion form, would be awesome. Just get to see a live action Doomsday throwdown would be freaking awesome. We might get to see it with the route Man of Steel's going with stuff, but I don't know. Be kind of hard to top the damage they did with Zod in that city, but that would be awesome. Kingdom Come, like I just mentioned, would be incredible, but that would be really hard. Really hard to do that. You'd have to build those. You'd have to have like 6 films just to set the tone for that, or like a 3-part film for Kingdom Come. Probably the best one though would probably be Batman Beyond. That would be sick. If done right, that would be just awesome. I mean, we got to see little hints of how it could be from The Dark Knight Rises, getting to see Bruce Wayne walking with his cane, kind of the passing of the torch thing going on there. But yeah, like a full-out Batman Beyond film that would be sick. That would be really awesome. Well, anyways, thanks for the questions, guys. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody's that asked. It's a fun little video thing here. If this is your first time ever being on my channel, it's my first Q&A I've ever done. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you decided to just listen to it for whatever reason, probably way late at night, if you stumbled onto this and you're not a follower on my channel. I don't know if I'll do more of these. If you guys want to see me do more or any other ideas, just write it in the comments section. I'll see what I can do about that. It doesn't have to be a Q&A. It could be something else. I mean, if you guys want to see like all my superhero nonsense, if you want me to do like a sit-down video, whatever, I'll do it. I don't care. We'll figure something out. But yeah, I appreciate everybody watching this. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to add. I'm not going to do like self-plugs all here at the end of like me on Facebook, follow me, because I post all that in my description, and you guys pretty much know the drill and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button. See what I did there? I just said I'm not going to do that, and I did it because I'm a jerk. Don't hit subscribe. Now I'm just going to get in your head. Now I'm just rambling because it's pretty late at night. I probably just made this video like that 40 minutes long when I said I'm not going to do that. I probably just did do that, so I'm sorry. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, if you have any other ideas or anything else you'd like to see me do in this genre, or not. It could just be other things. Just comment below, or write me on Facebook. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks. It's a pretty terrible ending. You guys have a good one. See you next week. See you tomorrow. It's like that awkward time when you get your meal and they say enjoy your meal and you're like, you too. I can never eat here again. Anyways, I actually am signing off now. Thanks a lot for the questions, guys. Hope we can do something else like this.